I'm all right with it.
I enjoyed entertaining kids.
In the shadows of American history, some stories are too haunting to forget. Tonight, we'll uncover the chilling final moments of notorious criminals whose actions shocked a nation and whose executions made headlines around the world. These are the lives behind the headlines. Ted Bundy, born in 1946, was charismatic and intelligent, traits that masked his darker impulses from friends, colleagues, and even loved ones. Between the early and mid-1970s, he murdered at least 36 women across multiple states, evading capture with his cunning charm. Bundy's shocking trial captivated America, exposing his manipulative nature and disturbing charm. Executed by electric chair at age 42, Bundy's unsettling legacy endures, challenging assumptions about evil, charm, and trust. His life story remains a sobering testament to the complex facade of those who walk unnoticed among us.
Clowning was relaxation for me. I enjoyed entertaining kids. Like some people are,
Born in 1942, John Wayne Gacy presented himself as a friendly neighbor, even entertaining children as a clown at local events. Beneath this deceptive facade hid a dark reality, as he secretly took the lives of at least 33 young men in Illinois throughout the 1970s. Authorities eventually discovered chilling evidence beneath Gacy's suburban home, shocking the nation. Convicted and sentenced to death, Gacy's life ended by lethal injection at age 52. His story remains a haunting reminder of the potential dangers lurking behind everyday masks, forever altering America's sense of safety and trust.
Let them know that I know that the cops.
Born in 1956, Aileen Wuornos faced a deeply troubled upbringing marked by neglect and hardship. As an adult, she lived on society's margins, drifting through a life marred by crime and instability. Between 1989 and 1990, she took the lives of 7 men along Florida highways, claiming self-defense against alleged assaults. Her story was controversial, drawing both sympathy and outrage from the public. Aileen was ultimately convicted, becoming one of America's most infamous female serial killers. Her life ended by lethal injection at the age of 46, leaving behind debates about her tragic life and its haunting aftermath.
Just before 4:30 this afternoon, the state of Florida executed convicted killer Oba Chandler. Volunteer executioners administered a lethal injection.
Oba Chandler's case stands out as one of Florida's most haunting true crime stories. Chandler was convicted for the deaths of a mother and her 2 daughters. The crime, which took place in 1989, was not solved until years later, after a massive investigation and a breakthrough with forensic evidence. Chandler was apprehended, and after his conviction, he maintained his innocence, but the courts found the evidence compelling. On November 15, 2011, Oba Chandler was executed by lethal injection at the age of 65. His case is remembered as a landmark in forensic investigation.
Maybe one of the benefits of me talking to you today is that you'll see that maybe not everything is true that you've heard about me.
Timothy McVeigh's actions changed the face of American domestic security forever. Born in 1968, McVeigh grew up in New York and later served in the military, but he became increasingly disillusioned with the U.S. government. On April 19, 1995, he carried out the Oklahoma City bombing, which killed 168 people and remains one of the deadliest attacks in American history. On June 11, 2001, Timothy McVeigh was executed by lethal injection at the age of 33. His story serves as a somber warning about the consequences of radicalization and the importance of vigilance in society.
This is Ethel Rosenberg, who with her husband was convicted of actually transmitting the secrets to Russia through Soviet diplomatic channels. The ring was...
Ethel Rosenberg's story is one of the most controversial in American legal history. Born in 1915 in New York City, Ethel was a devoted wife and mother before she and her husband Julius were accused of being part of a Soviet spy ring during the Cold War. Ethel was convicted alongside her husband. On June 19, 1953, Ethel Rosenberg was executed in the electric chair at Sing Sing Prison in New York. She was only 37 years old. Decades later, her case continues to fuel debates about justice, due process, and the powerful impact of fear and suspicion in American society.
William Bonin, a 34-year-old truck driver, is the man accused of being the freeway killer. Police say Bonin cruised the freeways of Southern California, picked up young boys in his van.
William Bonin, often called the Freeway Killer, left a dark legacy in California. Born in 1947, Bonin endured a troubled childhood and struggled with mental health throughout his life. His crimes in the late 1970s and early 1980s brought fear to communities along California's highways, as he was eventually linked to the deaths of over 20 young men and boys. He became the first person in California to be executed by lethal injection at the age of 49. His story continues to serve as a chilling warning about the dangers of unchecked violence. Gary Gilmore became a symbol for the return of the death penalty in the United States after a decade-long pause. After being convicted for 2 murders in Utah in 1976, he surprised many by refusing to appeal his death sentence and instead insisted that it be carried out. On January 17, 1977, Gary Gilmore faced a firing squad, becoming the first person executed in the U.S. since 1967. Gilmore's case inspired books and movies, and it reignited public discussion on capital punishment and the meaning of justice in American society.
It was 8 days prior to the shooting. I was touching up a car on a used car lot, and it hit me that what would happen if I were to shoot an abortionist myself.
Paul Jennings Hill's name became known across the country due to his deeply controversial actions. Hill was convicted for the deaths of a Florida abortion provider and his escort, a crime that shocked the nation and led to heightened security at clinics. He never expressed regret and maintained his stance until the end. On September 3, 2004, Paul Jennings Hill was executed by lethal injection at the age of 49. His case remains a focal point in debates over extremism, violence, and how deeply held beliefs can lead to tragic and irreversible decisions. Born in 1870, Albert Fish appeared outwardly normal, but harbored a deeply disturbed mind hidden from public view. Throughout the early 20th century, he committed horrific acts against several young victims, openly boasting of his cruel deeds in taunting letters to grieving families. Fish's brutal crimes stunned and disgusted society, revealing the darkness that can hide beneath an unassuming facade. Convicted and sentenced, Fish's life ended in New York's electric chair at age 65. He remains a haunting figure, his story an unsettling reminder of humanity's darkest potential. If you enjoyed the documentary, you can subscribe and turn on notifications to support and watch more. Join our community and unlock new stories. Thanks for watching and take care.